Children and youth today are experiencing a pile-up of pressures and problems that result in high levels of mental health struggles and stresses. The science is pointing to dozens of contributing causes and numerous risk factors. And while we can't control all of the factors that contribute to suicide, we can all play a role in reversing the trend of record rates of suicide. First, it's so important to point out that when a person is suicidal, it doesn't always mean they actually want to die. It simply means that they want to end unbearable physical or emotional pain, or find a solution to an inescapable problem. Because of this, most people experience intense uncertainty about suicide. A part of the person may still be hopeful or connected to people, pets, or purpose in life. We can help them reconnect to those reasons for living. The good news is that most people who experience suicidal thoughts or even attempt suicide do not go on to die by suicide. Social support and effective treatment are key. So, what can you do? You can be trained in or learn more about QPR, which stands for Question, Persuade, Refer. It's simply 3 steps anyone can learn to help prevent suicide. QPR is not intended to be a form of counseling or treatment. It's intended to offer hope through positive action. Again, the Q stands for question. It's best to talk to the person alone in a private setting, give yourself plenty of time, and allow the person to talk freely. You could take the less direct approach and ask questions such as, have you been unhappy lately? Or the direct approach and ask, when people are upset, like you seem to be, they sometimes wish it would all be over and they would die. I'm wondering if you're feeling that way too. Then listen without showing strong nonverbal cues. But remember, how you ask the question is less important than that you ask it. And if you can't ask the question, find someone who can. The P stands for persuade. The goal is to persuade them to get help and go with them if needed. As you listen to the problem, give them your full attention without rushing to judgment. Then ask, are you willing to talk to your counselor within the next 10 to 15 minutes? Or even, will you go with me to talk with your school counselor? Teachers and staff can even say things like, if you're unable or unwilling to talk to your counselor, I want you to know that I care enough about you that I will let them know. Or things like, I'm on your side and we'll get through this. I want you to live. And remember, a school counselor or administrator must be informed if you believe you are seeing suicidal clues or warning signs from a student. The R stands for refer. Suicidal young people often believe they cannot be helped, so you may have to do more. Honestly, the best referral involves taking the person directly to see the school counselor. The next best referral is when the student wants you to talk to the counselor first, or when they agree to talk to the counselor on their own within the immediate future. The young person should be monitored closely in the meantime, and if the person refuses help, you may need to get others involved. The third best option is to make sure the student is safe, is under observation by an adult, and then you tell the school counselor the warning signs you observed. And remember, you are not being disloyal or violating a trust when you share of a young person's suicidality with a school counselor or administrative staff. You're actually putting them at risk if you don't. The key is to say something when you see something. So remember QPR. It stands for question, persuade, refer. Don't wait until a loss happens. Together, we can all make a difference by reaching out and speaking up. For more information, visit relationships.usu.edu.